Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AirportCEO. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back at Emerald City Airport, where things, well, they're going pretty well. We have a medium stand, we have 5 small stands, and we're in a position where we can go ahead and start scheduling up different days here. Now, Friday, which is about a week away, Friday is going to be a very busy day. I'm also going to change my ratio here so that 20% of our flights are going to be medium aircraft. But Friday is going to be a fantastic day. The problem is, until then, we have some very, very empty space. So I'm going to reschedule this flight here. And what I'm going to try and do, we're going to start at 10 past midnight. What we're going to try and do is get a bunch of individual flights in here that are all going to be about 10 minutes apart. And we're going to try to fill up Thursday with all of these one-off flights in the hopes that we can make a shed load of cash once Thursday comes along. Now, this flight here, let's see, you are taking off at 3:50. So this flight is going to land at 4 exactly, and then 4:10, and so on and so on. Basically, all of these individual flights are going to come in. They're going to do their thing. We don't want any recurring flights because this is just Thursday that we're focusing on here. So that's 4:40, taking off at 7:40. So the next one's going to be landing at 7:50. And we're basically just going to have all of these different airlines coming in, you know, in sequence, doing their thing. And it's going to make us money, because Thursday otherwise was going to be a pretty empty day. So I do think it's going to be important to make sure that we keep that money going. We want to make sure we're making as much as we can. We're going to be looking at, let's see here, 11:30 for the takeoff on you. So 11:40 for your landing, then 11:50 and noon as well for you. Now these guys have one more flight, so 10 past noon just there, and we'll switch for another airline. Let's go for Maple, since Maple aren't too keen on me. And that's going to be 12:20 for Maple, taking off at 15:20, so the next flight's going to be 15:30. So just there. And we'll just go in with a bunch of Maple flights. We'll see if we can maybe get this airline to like me a little bit better, because they currently really don't. Maple's really not my biggest fan. So 1600 hours, 1610, ticking off at 1910. I can get a few more flights in here, so 1920 for this one. 1930 for this one. 1940 for this one. Then 50, and then 20. So there we go. So that is a nice busy Thursday set to go. Wednesday is relatively empty. Friday is looking pretty good, but Friday isn't actually as nicely packed as Thursday happens to be. I would like to do some stuff in here as well, so I think what we are going to do is look at getting Wednesday to be a packed day as well. Okay, so Wednesday is busier, but something I've just realized and something I've just noticed is that we have got some flights being offered from both Crown and Fly Penguin, as well as a lot of flights offered from Nordic. So we're going to go into Crown here, who have 4 flights that they want to fly through the airport. And we're going to say that we want to put that in here as soon as possible. Which is... Actually, let's do that as an evening flight. Let's do that as like our last flight out. So that's going to be today, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then none on Thursday? Correct. Okay. So that's Crown done. Fly Penguin has 1 flight they want to do. So we're going to put that in here. And we're going to say it's going to go just there. And that'll be fine, assuming nothing gets delayed. And then Nordic actually has a few flights they want to run themselves. So if we look at our Friday schedule, we have some Nordic flights in here that are pretty much queued up to be going on for a while. So, I mean, what we probably want to do is look at Sunday here. We have these Nordic flights. So let's see if we can schedule, you know, one of them to go there, and then the other one to go shortly afterwards, just there. And I don't think that's going to overlap with anything too major. And what that should do is give us regular medium flights, you know, all the way up to that point. So that's good. That's going to be really good for business. What's not amazing for business is the fact that the airport has a bit of a weird schedule today, and Monday's a bit weird as well. But we do have Wednesday and then Thursday that will go into helping out with that a little bit. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting that all up and running. We have a lot of people coming into the airport at the moment. They're going to be coming in for probably a combination of flights, actually. But there they go. A bunch of them going through security. Some of them going through the bigger security gate. What flight are you queued up for? Nordic, I believe. Yeah, so you're for the Nordic flight. So that's fair enough. You guys can all come through, do your thing. You guys are all heading up to the boarding gate there. We probably should look into getting some shops in here. That is still a thing I want to do. Toilets probably wouldn't hurt either up at that end of the airport. So let's actually go into structures and see what we can do. So I'm thinking something like this should be fine. We are obviously going to need a door. So a door there. Then if we go to rooms, bathroom, this is a bathroom. Go into items, and we're going to want some toilets. So the toilets are going to be lined along that entire stretch of wall with a few sinks along that wall as well. And then a few hand dryers as well. So just like that, we'll get a toilet up at that end of the airport, which is going to be very, very important to do. So hopefully that'll keep people relatively happy. Now, something else we could totally do is actually look into getting a nice shop up here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot, actually. I think we will see if we can maybe build, you know, some kind of decent shop here. So something like that. Something like that. And that seems all right. I do want 2 different doors on this, though. So if we go to doors, I think we'll go for the medium ones. So there and there as well. So you can come into this shop from that side if you want to. That's obviously straight through the gate there. So that's going to be a shop. I think it'd be nice to get another small-ish shop in here. So maybe, I don't know, something like this that goes down to there. I don't know if I want to block that entire space off, though. Let's just do this kind of thing for a bit of a smaller shop. I don't know what kind of shop it'll be, but it'll be something. Then over here, we can go for another large shop of some sort, which can actually go like that. We'll put the door for the shop there. Even though, technically speaking, we can't have the shop go into that corner. That's fine. We'll not worry about it. And then for food, that's going to be an interesting thing as well. I think what we do is we wall across there, and we have this kind of thing. I think that'll work fine. So if we go into doors, we need a door there and there and there. We can throw a door onto there and onto there as well. So that should be perfectly fine. We'll get that all built. We can get some shops into that space. We have a large aircraft currently on the tarmac. The luggage is coming off the plane as well, which is great news. We've got people in here waiting for it. And pretty soon, you guys will begin boarding, I assume. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they're waiting for boarding. They're also waiting for baggage to be loaded. Now, the baggage is something I'm a little concerned about. It looks like this will be the baggage handling that deals with it, though. So you're going to head out. You're going to head up that way. And as the passengers are getting on the flight, baggage is also going to be loaded. Fantastic. So there we go. Everybody's on board the flight. Baggage has been loaded. Pushback is about to begin. Is the flight on time? It actually is on time, which is great news. So hopefully the next Nordic flight, which these guys are already waiting on, will be on time as well. There we go. Pushback has started. Money's actually looking really, really good right now, which is very, very good news. And you're heading out to take off. Okay, let's get that runway repaired a little bit. I'm quite happy with that. I'm really, really happy to see that things are working out there. So let's head into areas. Let's go into shop. And that's going to be a shop. I think this is also a shop. This is also going to be a shop. And what we can do is go into our budget, go into procurement, and we're going to want to get ourselves the food franchises as well. $50,000. It's a lot of money, but I do think it'll be really useful to have. So let's see here. Do we have the space that these guys would want? No. We also don't have the space that these guys would want. We have 132 meters squared out of 136 desired. 132 out of 136 desired. That is kind of annoying. 132 out of... Yeah. So these guys want some huge shops. That's kind of frustrating. That's kind of frustrating. I wonder if I could get a shop down here. What size are we looking at there if we sign a contract? So that is a good space. They want some shelves and a desk. So we can get Flygo down here. So let's go into items. Let's go to... They want the shop counter. So the shop counter can go... I think here, probably, is a decent spot for it. Could just put it by the door, which I think we'll do. So we'll get a shop counter there. And for shelves, let's get the high quality ones, I guess. We can at least line them up like this and see what we're dealing with here. So there and there. And I think that'll be fine. Maybe just line them up something like that as well. Just to make the store kind of interesting looking. Leave a gap of 1 around those and do that sort of thing. So that should be fine for the store. We can get another shelf there as well. So that's going to be, I believe the name of it was Flygo. That's fine. It's not the biggest shop in the world, but at least it's a 2-star shop. That's at least something. So we kind of have that to keep us at least a little bit happier. Let's also go for a nice wood floor in that shop. And I guess we could go for nice wood floors in all of the shops. I think that is what we went for in the ones down below anyway. So some nice wood floors in all of these spaces. We are going to want to get some tiles for the bathroom here. I realize it's still carpet at the moment, so there we go. Probably also want to open the bathroom so that people can actually use that. And we probably want to go ahead and actually sign that contract with Flygo. And there we go. That'll keep them at least a little bit happier, which is excellent. Also, this flight's boarding. That's going to be Nordic Flight 22. Which is heading to Italy. Okay. Fair enough. What else have we got coming in today? We do have the Fly Penguin flight and also the Crown Airlines flight. We also have another offer from Crown Airlines for... Well, I guess we could throw this into that space there tomorrow just to bring in a little bit more money. And as for these shops, I mean, there's really not anything I can do. These guys all want ridiculously huge areas. There's really nothing I can do there, so I guess we're not going to be getting shops anytime soon. We haven't actually unlocked food yet either. I imagine, yeah, that'll be soon though, so that's fine. Anything else we need to unlock at the moment? There are a few things. There's the trail scanner, the travel document scanner. They're all quite expensive, though. The mind reader would probably be really good, because that's going to tell me exactly what people are thinking. Which we do kind of want, so... That is probably something worth getting. Now, you guys are actually complaining. Oh, it's because the chair is broken. Do we have people that'll fix that? I believe we should. We should have some people that are... There we go. So these guys are going to fix that. You are a service technician. That's fine. So the chair is now fixed. Now that chair is broken, which is great. Let me go in here, actually, and see if we can maybe hire a couple more service technicians. So 1, 2, 3 of you. And also more janitors. So we're just going to hire all of the janitors and bring them in. Because we do kind of need to. As for contracts, still nothing new being offered in here. So unfortunately, that's just going to have to be the way it is. For areas, though, we should be about to unlock the food options, which I'm really looking forward to. So let's see here. Food franchises have been unlocked. Is it a shop that we're looking for here? Is it a shop? I have no idea. I don't think it is. But I'm not seeing anything for, like, food franchises. If we look at items... Interesting. There's no contracts that I can see. Procurement. The food franchises have been unlocked. By purchasing this, the airport will be able to construct food franchise rooms and sign deals with food companies. Am I missing something? Because I'm not seeing anything for food franchises. And I can't click this because there's no food options here. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like a dum-dum again. And I don't like feeling like a dum-dum. Okay, so I saved and then reloaded that save immediately, and food franchises are no longer unlocked. I don't know why, but I guess we're just going to wait and do that again. And see what happens. But what I guess I can do in the time being is go into items here, and we can put in some laptop tables. Because we don't have any of these at the moment. And we might as well get them, since these are at least some of my favorite things in any airport that I go to. I love being able to just sit down, you know, plug in my device and not have to worry about it running out of charge. I know that sounds really... I don't know, there's something kind of weird about that sentence. Laptop tables are my favorite thing in airports. But it's true. I like just being able to plug in, you know, whatever device you have with you and not stress about the idea of it potentially running out of charge is nice. I do like that. Now let's go ahead here. I want to go to gate seating, and I want to make sure that it's all going to default to green. And we're going to put some seating into these areas here, just as some extra space for people to sit down and chill if they happen to want to sit down and chill. So we'll go ahead and throw them in like that. We could get a bit more down there. I think, I don't think we'll bother with that. We could get a bit more in here as well if we really wanted to, you know, a bit over here as well. Some seating actually by the gate could be interesting, but I don't think we need it. I think that can all just go into that space. We have our laptop tables down here. Another staff room probably wouldn't be a terrible idea, now that I think about it. So maybe that's what this room can be. Let's go into the structures here. Let's take out the medium door on that side. And we'll put a wall up there, which is going to lead into this staff room, which I think could be a decent idea. I think having a staff room in here, you know, it might get some of these guys to cannot be built in other rooms. Can we delete that room, please? And then go ahead and say that that is going to be a staff room. There we go. So it's an actual staff room. We're going to want some things in there. We're going to want some desks. So an office desk there, and there. We can double up on those across this way a little bit. Just like that. And that'll hopefully keep that space kind of decent. It'll give people something to do in there. We can actually go ahead and get even more gate seating in here now that we have the staff room there. We'll go ahead and double up a little bit there too. And we'll not bother with there. So that'll be fine. That gives people plenty of space to sit. And pretty soon, we should get food franchises, assuming that it actually works this time, which... I mean, it says it's unlocked. I don't know about that. I don't know that it is. So I think food franchises may be slightly broken, or at least I'm doing something wrong, because it says it's unlocked. I'm not seeing it. You know, shop room, bathroom, staff room, staff and secure, baggage claim. I'm just not seeing food franchises, so... You know, whatever, basically. What I will do, though, is I will actually go in here and tear out that wall. Because what we can do is actually combine these two rooms into one big shop. And I don't think that's going to be a bad idea at all. So if we go to shop here, and we say that that room cannot cross different zones. Okay. Well, it's going to be all secure. Then it's all going to be one big shop like that. And I think we can change up the floor a little bit too. Maybe go for, let's go for fancy wood in this one. Because we can, just to make it a little bit different. Then the floor in the staff room can be... We'll go for that square wood again. There we go. So that seems fine by me. Staff room's actually kind of active, which is great news. And for here... Can we sign any decent contracts? Now, that room is big enough for a couple of 3-star stores. It is not big enough for any of the 4-star shops, unfortunately. But we can go for power. We'll get those guys in here. Yeah, it sadly just isn't big enough for those stores. We'll get power in here. So let's go to shop counter. And we can put a shop counter there. That is actually in the shop, now that I look at it. And then what we can do is go to these shelves and actually put in some, I think some medium shelves could be a fairly decent idea. So something just a bit like this, the whole way down the store. We could, yeah, we'll just keep going with it like this. And then at this lower area, I want to put some smaller shelves in. So something like this the whole way across. And then we could put some on the walls there as well. Could totally do the same down the other side, but I think that'll be enough. I think. I might be wrong. But we'll see what ends up happening there. You guys can put all of those in. Sign a contract. Oh, Turner's back. Good. So Power want the cashier desk, which I guess is technically not in this in that area. So let's go back to shelves. We will. I said go back to shelves, please. Grab this one. Scrap you. Grab the counter. Scrap the counter. And the counter can go there. So that should now be sorted. We'll sign a contract with Power to come in there. And then I guess Turner can go into this shop, or this particular room. So they need shelves and a desk. Let's go ahead and get that sorted for them, man. So, counter can go there. We'll go for some large shelves over here. Which I guess can sort of go like... that. And possibly a couple of smaller ones there as well. So that should keep those guys happy. We should be able to bring them in. We absolutely can. So let's sign that contract and get another store in there. Not bad, not bad. Is anyone gonna actually build this? Or are you guys just sort of sitting around there? Oh, there we go. So you've built that. I assume someone's going to come along and build this soon enough. Looks like those are going to be the guys. Oh, we've got one of our crime flights in here. Not bad. So it's going to head out. We're still making a bit of money. That's all being assembled, which is fantastic. There's the last couple of shelves going in there. And I believe that's all of the construction done. So let's dismiss my workers, since we really don't want them hanging out in that area. You guys seem to be queuing up in a pretty interesting way to leave there. Oh, they are actually... I don't know where they're going. Seems like my construction workers disappeared off into the night there, which is a bit spooky, but whatever. I guess it's fine. I will say, though, we are making some really good money. So, what I'm thinking is that it could be a really good idea to look into another medium gate. Because the medium gates are making us so much money. So if we had a look here at aircraft stand, we want the asphalt one. $150,000 to put it there would leave us with $38,000. Obviously, that's not a lot. $45,000 at this point. But I kind of feel like that's okay. Because I feel like we are making enough to warrant this purchase. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to go to foundations. And we're going to build like this. So that is going to lead straight to the gate. We can fill up this area eventually. We're going to want to make sure that this is all secure. And this is going to let us do some good things. This is going to let us do some really, really good things. So let's get the... We don't even need a door, actually. I was going to put a door. We don't need one. What we can do is go to items, go to boarding desks, which I believe are up here. And a boarding desk there. And a boarding desk there. Actually, I didn't put them against the wall, did I? No. They're two out from the wall. And then we immediately start putting in the gate seating. So item position is not valid. We want it there. There. I believe there. And all the way up to the end just there. So that's going to give us another gate. We are going to need to get the floor in there. The floor is the wood that we've been using this entire time. So it's going to be extended up like this and into there. And as expensive as that is, we are still going to have some money left over. So that is excellent news. There we go. So $166,000 to build this extension. Let's deploy the contractors. And let's get this going. So you are being pushed back, which is good. Let's have a look at our planner. So that's the end of Monday. Tuesday does have more big flights coming through. We have a couple of standalone flights we could push in here. Oh, there we go. Construction begins, and it is beautiful to see. This airport's definitely a lot bigger than I'd originally planned it to be. I'm also a little bit concerned about the fact that people have so far to walk to get on their flight. It might be worth having a second check-in area. It may also get to the point that we need another baggage handling service. But again, the idea here, even though, you know, I'm saying all this, but the idea here was to eventually build a bigger airport, right? So I'm wondering if it's going to get to the point where the better option becomes to just sort of sit and wait for... Let's see here. So your pushback point, let me just do this first. So that's the pushback point. The baggage bay is going to be that one, and we can go ahead and open you. What I'm wondering is if it's going to get to a point where it's better to just sit and wait for money to roll in. Because that is an option, it's just a matter of how long that's actually going to potentially take. Now what I want to do here, though, is sort my gates. Now, why are you... So you are MS2, right? Medium stand 2. A medium stand 2 is not showing in here. Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason that we cannot see medium stand 2 in here? Or are things just a little bit weird? So reconnect stand. Your pushback point is there. Clear the baggage bay. Stand is not connected to a security checkpoint and cannot transfer passengers. Okay. Is it too far away? I think that stand might actually be too far away from the security checkpoint. Which is kind of nuts. But I legitimately think it is too far away. So do I need to build another security checkpoint somewhere a little bit further up? Because at that point we start asking the question, would it just be better to, like, rebuild an entire section of the airport? Although I guess we do have, we do sort of have some options here. If we were to go into here and go to structures and go to walls. If I was to build a wall, well, let's see here. If we go to doors, right? We want to take out this bit of door. We're going to want to take out some of those items as well. So the plants are going to need to go from there and there. The seating is going to need to go from all the way along there. So that all needs to go away. And I want to build some foundation all the way up here. So just like that. And then I want to build some walls. And I want this wall to go like this. And like this. So that's going to be a way through into that new space. And what I'm wondering is if there's a way I could build a security checkpoint up this way. We might actually have to expand the airport out a bit further here. Which is going to look really ugly. Like, really seriously ugly. But I'm thinking it might be necessary. I'd also really like to clear some of this room. So delete room. This is going to be a pain in the butt to do, but we're going to have to do it. Delete the room. Go to baggage claim. That is my baggage claim. And connect it to that baggage bay. There we go. So that should all keep functioning, no problem. So this has now been built. How big are the security checkpoints, the medium ones? Quite big. Quite big. Honestly, I'm thinking we're just going to have to build more foundation. Which sucks, because it's going to completely ruin the look of my airport from the outside, but I don't think we have a choice. So we need to do this kind of thing. We need to do this kind of thing. And probably that as well. We can get rid of these walls in the middle. We can also get rid of this wall here. And we can get rid of the rest of that shortly. Now, that's actually not connected just there. I'm wondering if that's... Is that why it's not connected to the security checkpoint? I swear, come on. Oh, come on. That's not fair. That's not fair. I just built all this for nothing. I just did all that for nothing. That is not fair, man. That is not fair. Demolish all of that. The good news is that we can demolish all of that. You know? That's the good news here. The bad news is that I messed with all those rooms, so gotta rebuild those, or gotta redo the walls and all that stuff. So take that back out of there, and let's see here. So the wall needs to go there. We need to get that door back. The door goes there. Do not place the door like that. Place the door like, not like that either, like that. All right. So the damage has been repaired. That's fine. Oh, I feel like such an idiot. I really feel like such an idiot. Let me delete this room for a second. Let me go to areas. Let me go to baggage claim. And there we go. So baggage claim. Connect it to that bay. And we probably want to put the chairs back in as well, since we did slightly mess with those. So just along like that. They're going to be green chairs. That's fine by me, because we can change all of these to be green as well. Because emerald, obviously. And I guess at this point, we can start using, once we repair these, we can start using the new medium stand, which I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about, because it is potentially going to bring us so much money. So let's see here. Let's look at our flight planner. Well, we could actually do some stuff today. So Crown Airlines have some recurring flights. That's fine. Let's start working backwards. So we don't want them at the same time. Let's say 10 minutes apart. And we'll throw another one in there, which is going to be 10 minutes there. Then Wednesday, we can look at some Fly Penguin flights. Now, Fly Penguin, interestingly, have some requests here. Apparently that's overlapping. That's fine. So 15 minutes past midnight, we'll have a Fly Penguin flight come in. And then at 5:15, we'll have another one come in. Let's see here. What about Nordic? Now, Nordic aren't offering anything, so I guess we're just going to go with more Fly Penguin. So 9:45, and then another Fly Penguin flight just there. I imagine at some point we're going to have a lot of flights queued up in the tarmac. Obviously not ideal, but I think we'll be okay. Because once Thursday comes along, oh boy, that's going to be interesting. Also going to change the ratio of flights there so we can maybe bring in a few more medium flights. But I'm happy with this. I'm really, really happy with this. Oh, that store is just open. Fantastic. I guess at this point, the real question is, can security and can our general staff keep up with the amount of passengers that are going to be slowly coming through the airport here? I say slowly, I mean very, very quickly coming through the airport here. Let's dismiss all my workers. We have a bunch of passengers getting off of this flight, which is fine. We should have... Yeah, so this is where things are going to be real interesting. That's where things are going to be really, really interesting. That's where we're going to start seeing if the airport can actually handle the number of people. What is going on here? Oh, you guys are actually queuing up to get on the bus. I didn't realize they actually did that. I've never noticed that. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. You guys are all boarding the flight. Fantastic. Let's have a look down here. There's currently not that many people waiting to get into the airport, but I'm assuming that this big group coming through here is going to be a group that's waiting for one of our larger flights a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and get more seats into this front area. Let's also set them to be... Well, apparently I can't set them to be the right color. That's unfortunate. Let's put some seats there. And some seats there. And I think we'll go for some of the smaller seats for this area here. Actually, what we can do is go for the big ones. And do them like this. So I think that'll be fine. We can just get a bunch of rows of the bigger seats in here. and then some of the smaller ones facing that way. So that right there is going to give us a bunch more seating in the entranceway for the airport. These guys are all queuing up to start boarding or going through security, which is fine by me. Looks like security is actually handling it pretty well. There are some queues and there are a lot of people, but it looks like security is doing a fantastic job. So you guys are heading up for that flight. You guys are heading up for that flight. So I guess the question becomes, do we also have enough staff for all of these things? I do hope so, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Let's have a look here. So the flights are about to start coming in. There's a small flight just took off. There's the first large flight coming through. There's the second large flight coming through. So already that is a considerable amount of money. All those passengers getting off, $20 each. Not bad. I guess the question becomes at this point, can baggage handling actually, can baggage handling keep up? I do sincerely hope so. I really do. It looks like it's fine, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of bags. There's an awful lot of bags. But it looks like, for the most part, it is keeping up. It looks like most people are grabbing their bags and going. Yeah. Handling was backed up a little bit there, but people are slowly grabbing their stuff and getting out of there. These flights are still on the ground. That one actually needs to be green just there. So those flights are still on the ground. That's fine. Pushback is gonna begin shortly. There we go. So pushback for plane number 1 is good. Pushback for plane number 2 is good. $9,000 currently is gonna go up a bit to $11,700 and $13,800. So we are making pretty good money. I think it's safe to say. We're making pretty good money. The only downside is that I do feel like the small stands are being neglected, but as we've said this entire time, Thursday is going to be the real test for this airport. Thursday is going to be such a test for this airport. Let's go ahead and get these Fly Penguin flights in here. We'll throw them in just there so that they are going to be recurring. We could look at some Nordic flights. There's actually quite a few of them. We have 6 just there. So we'll do the Nordic flights there. So those are going to be recurring as of Friday. And then as of Saturday, we can actually throw in another flight there. And those are going to be recurring a little bit as well. So we have got medium flights all throughout the week. There's not that many of them, but we have got medium flights. We are making good money. So I think at this point we are pretty much set to start saving considerable cash so that eventually we can start working on a huge, impressive airport layout over on this side. I think that'll be really cool. Unless, there is another option. We basically use symmetry. We could basically build this whole thing again over on this side. We can move the check-in desks into sort of the middle. And then down either side... Oh, hold on a minute. Down either side, we have the gates. That could be an idea. So flight CL997 is running late at SG4. Do we wish to delay? Yes, that's fine. Why is the flight running late? What do you need? Boarding in progress. Okay, so it was running late by a couple of minutes. That's fine. Can we request some extra fuel to this thing? Because we are starting to run low on fuel in here. Oh, wow. You guys are boarding that flight and a bunch of you only just got through security. Same here as well, by the looks of it. That's a bit of a concern. I'm gonna be honest. That's a little bit concerning. But I think we'll be alright. So let's see here. 10,000. And 12,600. Yeah, we're doing alright. I think it's safe to say. We are doing alright for a relatively small airport. Wednesday's gonna be busy. Thursday's gonna be busier. Let's do it.